split. Okay, so I had threatened with Scott Sensei to tell him, I told him that I was going to contradict everything that he said in his session, but actually his training was fantastic, and I agree with everything that he taught. I've always believed in teaching principles rather than techniques. So I very much enjoyed it, and thank you for the invitation, for asking me to come and teach with you. I appreciate it. Okay, so what I'm going to work on, because Scott Sensei taught everything that I was going to do, I'm going to work on your back. So we're going to use our back for generating power. Okay, and we're going to start with just both fists out in front, and then pulling both fists back. Okay, squeezing your back muscles, squeezing your shoulder blades together, and then front, and then back, and then front, and back, front, and back. Just do that a few times, okay? Just get that feeling of using your back, squeezing your shoulder blades together, squeezing all your back muscles. Okay, and then front, relaxing. So opening out the shoulder blades at the front, squeezing at the back. Okay, just this, nice and relaxed. Okay, and yummy. Okay, and just shake that out. So, same thing, I want you to get the same feeling, but now with double hikite. Okay, both fists coming back. But we usually talk about pulling the elbow back, but I talk about squeezing the shoulder blade. Okay, so instead of just pulling the elbow back and having the elbow sticking out, squeeze your shoulder blades together. So both fists out in front, then pulling back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And front, and pulling back. So all the shoulders down, everything relaxed, just squeezing the back muscles, then relax, and squeeze, then relax. Of course, when we're punching forward, we're using the chest muscles. So you need to tense your pectoral muscles. At the back, it's the lat muscles, okay, and all of the back muscles, okay, the spinous rectus and the dorsi and all that. Okay, so front, then squeezing at the back, and front, then squeezing at the back, and relax, and okay, you can shake that out for a minute. As Scott Sensei said earlier as well, of course, if you have any questions for me at any point, feel free to ask also. So, the difficulty that we have is that when we're punching, one side has to squeeze and the other side has to expand. So rather than squeezing both sides, we have to stretch one shoulder blade out, squeezing the other one in. Then we have to switch. Okay? So the feeling is this on one side, opening out the shoulder blade. But then on the other side, it's this feeling where we pull back. So in, squeezing one side, stretching the other side. So when we punch, although we keep the body still, we're not twisting the body as we punch. The back should change. Your back should move. Shoulder blade forward, shoulder blade squeezed in. Okay, so just punching a few times, nice and relaxed, squeezing down on one side. So not elbow in or elbow back, shoulder blade squeezed in. Then punching and switch. Relaxing one shoulder blade, squeezing the other. And just punching, punching. Each, ni, san, chi, wo, go, yame. So the feeling is to punch with your back, okay? Not the elbow, not the arm. Okay, certainly we don't punch with our fist. Your fist is the bullet, okay? Your body is the gun. So we have to use our whole body. Okay, so, and again, same thing, nice and relaxed, same feeling, squeezing one side, expanding the other. So almost you've divided the body in two. One side is expanding, the other side is squeezing. Ich, ni, san, chi, wo, go, yame, and relax. Okay? So same thing when we step and punch, okay? Stepping and punching, same feeling, okay? Stretching one side, squeezing the other side. Even though the body is in shomen, okay, again, the back must change. There must be a different feeling on one side than on the other, Okay, so just a few times, stepping and punching oizuki. Okay, nice and easy, concentrating on your back. Okay, also your lower back when you're stepping and punching, contract the lower back, squeezing in so that you're not rounding and leaning forward. Squeeze. So pushing down and squeeze together. And just try a few times. Oizuki. And then change this feeling. Only a few times. Okay, okay. So next, same thing, sotoryuke. Okay, sotoryuke. This, when we pull back, I know Scott Sensei talked about snapping a while ago. Okay, we don't want to hyperextend at the shoulder. Okay, if you go back too far, this is very weak. Okay, so only back a little bit, but squeeze the shoulder blade, then release. Okay, so only sotoryuke. We're only standing, so we're squeezing the hikite side, opening out the other side, blocking side. Okay, and relaxing. Each, ni, san, shi, wo, lo, yame, and relax. So same feeling when stepping, sotoryuke, okay? Up, not back, okay? Up, front. Feeling of squeezing the back on this side, on the blocking side, we're squeezing at the beginning, then expanding at the end. Other side is expanded at the beginning, squeezed at the end, okay? This is the same thing as we've always done, but I'm just concentrating on the back at the moment, okay? Same technique, just to emphasize your back. Okay, just try a few times, left side and right side. That's it. And relax. Okay, yummy. So we're going to work the same thing, just standing in Zentostachi, just for Gyakuzuki. Okay? But to begin with, what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on the pullback. Okay? Again, I'm not getting into the debate as whether hikite is useful or not. But in terms of getting the correct feeling, in terms of getting the correct feeling to generate power in the back and in the whole body, using the back, we're going to make use of hikite for that purpose, okay? So, what we're going to do is stand in hanmi, okay? And I want your hand open on your hip, thumb behind. Other hand in front, open out, extended. And all we're going to do is we're going to pull back, we're going to push the hip forward with this hand on our hip here, pushing the hip forward. And the feeling here, squeezing your back, squeezing your back. Then front, relax. Then squeeze and twist. Then relax. Each, ni, san, shi, wo, lo. So please try and keep your front knee stable as well while you're moving. Okay, keep the front knee stable. So rotate the hip, don't rotate at the ankle. Okay, and again, squeezing your back. Then ni, san, shi, wo, lo. So now, hand on the hip, fist closed. Okay, so now Gyakuzuki, same thing. Gyakuzuki, then push. Gyakuzuki, then push. So now the feeling is squeezing on the hikite side, squeezing your back, but expanding on the punching side. Then back, switching. Okay, so your back is switching roles. One side is doing one thing, the other side is doing the opposite. Okay, each, ni, san, shi, wo, lo, shi, Ku, ju. So just try a few times, one count by yourself. Okay, punch, push. Concentrating more on your back than on the punch and push. Concentrate on your back. And try a few times. And relax, maybe. So now changing legs. Same thing. Okay, get on right hand knee position. So again, open hand, thumb behind your hip. Okay, other hand extended out. So only pulling back, pushing the hip forward, driving the hip in, squeezing your back. Ich, ni, san, shi, gu, luk, chich, ach, ku, ju. So now Gyakuzuki. Okay. Relax Gyakuzuki, squeezing one side of the back, expanding the other side. Then push ni, san, shi, gu, luk, chich, ach, ku, ju. Okay, so one count, punch, push, only a few times by yourself. And go. Concentrating on the back. Yummy. And relax. Any questions on that so far? Okay, very easy. So next, so we'll start to, okay, everybody, left hand in front. So from here, only kicking maigiri, then punching. Okay, so the hand that's out, kick that side, then punching with the opposite hand. Okay, so left hand is in front, left leg kick, right hand punch. Each. Then opposite, kick, punch. Ni. San, shi, gu, luk, chich, hach, ku, ju. Okay, so what we get a lot of the time when people are doing this is we get what I call the chicken wing. Okay? The elbow sticks out as they're kicking. And this is usually because the back is coming around. Okay, back is coming around. Okay, arch like this. What we want to do is squeeze this elbow in to keep the back straight where we're kicking. So we're looking to squeeze in. Again, when we say elbow, what we mean is shoulder blade. Squeezing this side of your back, keeping the back straight and upright. Kick, then punch. Keep the elbow in, then punch, okay? So using your back muscles to keep the elbow in. So left hand in front, okay? So then squeezing on the right side as you're kicking with the left leg, then punch. Then same thing, squeezing in, kick, punch. So feeling in the back, always feeling at the back. Ich, ni, san, shi, gu, luk. Okay, amazing. Relax. Okay, so this is very important to keep that. It's not important to keep the elbow in, it's important to keep the back strong. Okay, once the elbow starts to stick out, the back tends to come around. Okay, and we see people sometimes doing yokogiri, and we have this, and we have this. With the elbow in and the back straight, it's a completely different feeling. completely different technique. Okay, back straight, kicking, leaning forward. This is usually a sign of this. Okay, squeezing in means that you're straightening up your back, keeping the back strong. Okay, core is not just at the front. Okay, it's important not just to be strong here at the front. Okay, lots of sit-ups and crunches and stuff. Okay, you must make your back strong as well. So we just tried this one just a few more times by yourself. Okay, only kicking and punching, squeezing the back. Okay, whoa, by yourself a few times. And relax. Yummy. So actually in this case, when we're kicking, we're using this side of the body. So we're using our arm to help our kick. Okay, this is helping the kick. Not because it's hikte, but because it's helping to keep the back strong. Keeping the back strong helps us to attack and go in, penetrating distance going forward. Okay, here. Okay. If this is weak, if this is sticking out, then on this way, so the shoulders go forward, but the core stays back. This isn't good technique. So in, this way, penetrating forward, making distance. Okay, using your back helps this. Okay, so therefore we kick with our arms. Okay, so use your arm when you're kicking. Use your arm when you're kicking. Okay, so this time from the Zenkstachi. Same feeling, maigiri, then punch. Okay, maigiri, uizuki. Kick, punch. Same thing. Don't let this happen. Don't let the elbow stick out. Okay, don't let this arm swing out to the side. Keep everything controlled, tight, kick and punch. Okay, using your arms to keep the back straight to give you power for the kick. And try a few times. You try both sides, both legs kicking. And okay, I'm going to relax. So if we come back to Gyakuzuki again, so Gidanrai Takeshito. So for Gyakuzuki, we're concentrating on our back, but also our leg. So now from here, Gyakuzuki, drive with your leg. Okay, so punching, starting from the floor. Here, up, in, through, and front. Then back. Then back. Okay, so again, Gyakuzuki, this time concentrating on your leg and your back. So you punch with your leg. Punch from the leg. Then back. Then back. Okay, using your leg. So a few times. And change other side as well, please. Other side as well, same. And yummy, and relax. So, in much the same way, in my opinion, when we say that we use our hips to make power, I don't believe we do. Not so much anyway. We use our hips to channel power. The power comes from the legs, or the power comes from your back, or the power comes from your core, or the power comes from your shoulders, or from your arms. We channel it through the hips to make power, whether we're punching, kicking, blocking, whatever. Okay? So when we make Gyakuzuki, we say twist the hip. Okay? Hanmi shomen. But what we actually mean is use your leg. Make power from your leg. That's where the power comes from. Not from the hip rotation itself, but from the hip being driven forward by the leg. So we punch with the leg. So now I've said that we kick using our arm. We punch with our leg. Okay, so this is a maybe slightly different way than usual of teaching it. Okay, so now same thing, but from Gyakuzuki. Okay, Gyakuzuki, Maigiri, Gyakuzuki. Same as we do in Heini. Okay, not Maigiri Oizuki, but Maigiri Gyakuzuki. Okay, so from Gyakuzuki, Maigiri, squeeze this elbow in. Squeeze in, kicking. Then drive from the leg when you're punching. Okay, so concentrate on the arm when you're kicking, concentrate on the leg when you're punching. Okay, and everything comes through the hips and the back. So please, in your own time, relax. Gyakuzuki position, Maigiri, Gyakuzuki. Okay, concentrate on the elbow and your back when you're kicking. Concentrate on the leg when you're punching, the leg and the hip. So try that a few times, please. And okay, relax. Does anybody have any questions? Everybody's okay. Can anybody hear me?
Oh. Sensei! Sensei.
Good.
Sensei, do you have any recommendations for sort of extra karate exercises to strengthen the back?
Yes, a very simple exercise for strengthening the back. Okay, he's lying on your tummy. Very simply, I hope my microphone doesn't bang off the floor too much now. Lying on your tummy, keep the knees up off the floor, lift your chest up. Okay, and again, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you do so. Okay, so that you're getting that correct feeling, same as for Hikite. Lifting this way. Very simple exercise for strengthening the back.
Good one. Thank you.
Okay. I'm not a qualified physiotherapist. The disclaimer here, neither is Scott Sensei. Okay, we accept no liability if you injure yourself on this. Okay, so same principle now, but for Mawashigiri. Okay, and when people do, for example, Mawashigiri Gyakuzuki, again, this is very common, I think, in most organizations, Mawashigiri Gyakuzuki. Again, what I see a lot when I'm either teaching or examining, I see this elbow coming out. I see this big hole here, okay, as people are coming around. Or what I see is, as the body is turning, the elbow stays in the same place. So what I like to see is that the back is squeezed, shoulder blade squeezed in on this side, and stays squeezed in as you're kicking Mawashigiri. So the elbow moves with the back. Not the elbow staying in the same place as the body rotates. Not this, and certainly not this. I like to see the elbow staying in so the back is squeezed correctly. So that when we're kicking Mawashigiri, elbow is in. Then second punch. Okay, so just left hand out in front. So only standing. But only lifting the knee up and turn. Keeping the elbow in, up and turn, bend back. Only this. Okay, only this. Try a few times. Okay, in and back. Feeling in your back. So this also helps keep the back upright so that people don't lean over when they're kicking. Okay, concentrate on the shoulder blade or the elbow if you want to be traditional about it. Squeeze in and back, in and back. And change sides, same thing on the opposite leg, please. Okay, in and back. Only lifting the knee, turning, pivot, your supporting leg, then back. Lifting the knee, pivot, then back. But keep that elbow in so that you keep your body upright, keeping the head as still as possible. And back, in and back. Just try that a few times for yourself. So keep one hand out and the other hand on your hip. So the hand that's out, that's the leg that's kicking. Then back. Keeping the elbow in, keep the back squeezed. So that we're upright, as upright as possible. Okay, just one more minute of this in your own time. Just a few. Okay, and relax. So now, if you have space, I know this is supposed to be the 1 square meter seminar, but if you have space, then from here, moashigiri, then gyakusuki. So again, the feeling is, use your arm when you're kicking. Use this arm squeeze to keep your back straight, to keep you upright, so that you can lunge in with your kick. Feeling shouldn't be kicking and pulling back behind you. Feeling should be kicking, reaching forward. Then punch, gyakusuki. Okay? So squeeze the arm when you're kicking, then drive the leg when you're punching. Using your back in opposite directions, from the kick to the punch. Okay? Relaxing, a few times by yourself. And relax. Okay, yummy, yummy. Okay. This is very important. Trying to keep your back as much upright as you can. Keep your head as still as you possibly can while you're going through the kick. Then driving in from there. Okay, keep squeezing. Squeeze here. So now I've got all that power in my back, and when I come down, I've got all this power in my leg, driving in, reversing the power in the back to make gyakusuki. Okay? Okay, so only 2 more times each side, please. Relax. And relax. Yummy. Oh, any questions? No? Good. Excellent. All good. So now left hand in front. So now we're going to start putting it all together a little bit. Okay, left hand in front. So when the left hand is in front, remember, right side the back of the back is squeezed in, left side is stretched out. Okay, shoulder blade is loose, other side is squeezed. Then punching, reverse, each, reverse the back position. Then from here, kick, punch, knee. Then from here, moashigiri front, then punch, san. Okay, so just the three basic things that we worked on, okay? Basic punching, concentrating on the back. Each. Then maigiri, punch the opposite hand. Knee. Again, concentrating on the back, squeezing in. I don't like to say keep the elbow in, I like to say squeeze the back. Okay, then say moashigiri, then punch, san. And relax. So again, one more time, starting with punching. Just punch to begin. Each. Then maigiri, chokuzuki, knee. Next, moashigiri, chokuzuki, san. Okay, and relax. So if you can keep your back upright, then moashigiri standing and down is not too difficult. Of course, moashigiri is easier if you're moving. Okay, this one is easier. From a standing position, moashigiri is difficult specifically because we want to lean back and therefore we lose balance. If you can keep your back upright, moashigiri from a standing position is not easy, but less difficult. Okay, and by training the back, we can help improve this. Okay, keeping the back more upright, strengthening the back and focusing on the muscles in the back. So from there, okay, kicking easy, keep the elbow in, keep back squeeze, kick, and back down and punch. Okay, so we only have a few minutes left, so just work this one nice and relaxed by yourself. Okay, 3 parts to it. Only punch, then maigiri punch, then moashigiri and punch. Okay, nice and relaxed. Concentrate on your back and go. Yummy, relax. Any questions on that? Okay, so this is standing just in one spot, okay? You can take the same thing, you can step, okay? Or just from Senkustachi, okay? So we can make Yakuzuki, Mairi, Junzuki. Then from there, front leg Moshigiri, Gyakuzuki. Then get on right. Okay, so let's try that just a few times. Okay, so left side, get on the right. Come on. So from here, only Gyakuzuki, feeling driving from the leg through the hip, squeeze the left side of your back. Each. Then Maigiri, keep this elbow in, squeeze. Then step back, punch it. Knee. Then from there, try to keep forward, try not to lean back. Try to keep front, Moshigiri, Gyakuzuki, San. And get on the right. Same thing, nice and easy, relax. Concentrating on your back, making power in your back. Each. Maigiri, punch, knee. Then keep front, Moshigiri, punch, San. And relax. Same thing. Okay, starting only punching. Each. Maigiri, punch, knee. Then Moshigiri, punch, San. And get on the right. So just a few times. Only say 3 times by yourself on that side. 3 times. Relax as you may. Yummy. Everybody okay? I'm not trying to tire you out, okay? So just relax, okay? You don't have to work too hard. So other side, right side down, get on right, come on, Dad. So starting Gyakuzuki. Then from there, Maigiri, punch, knee. Then keep front, Moshigiri, punch, San. Then get on the right. So again, Gyakuzuki, ich. Then kick, punch, knee. Then Moshigiri, kick, punch, San. And get on the right. So always squeeze the back, keep that elbow in. Okay, squeeze, Gyakuzuki, ich. So now again, squeeze this. Okay, kick, squeeze, and punch, knee. Then the elbow at the back, squeeze in, Moshigiri, Gyakuzuki, San. And get on the right. Okay, so get on the right. One more time. Ich. Knee. San. And get on the right. So only 3 times by yourself. Relax. Concentrate on your back. And yame. There is a danger that what I'm teaching today is one of those limiting factors that Scott Sensei talked about earlier. Okay, that the feeling must be to keep your back straight. Okay, actually no, he's absolutely correct. Feeling should be to break. Okay, so I want to be able to control my opponent's center line rather than maintain my own center line all the time. Okay, if I keep my center line straight, then it's easier for my opponent to control mine. Okay, so by keeping the back straight and squeezing and focusing on the back, this is restricting it's making my center line a little bit more static. So there is that danger that this is a limiting factor. But please remember, this is Kihon. Okay, training the body to make good power. Then when your back is strong, your core is strong, then you can change and come back again, as Scott Sensei was saying earlier. Okay, so I hope I haven't contradicting what he was saying earlier. My intent is to complement what he was doing rather than contradict. But yes, Kihon training is limiting, but it's limiting to serve a purpose of liberating later. Okay, so if you train for good posture, good back, then your karate will be much stronger. Then you'll have more freedom to be able to do whatever you want afterwards. I think I'm out of time, so we better back.
Us.
Us.
Seamus Sensei, thank you very much. That was great. Round of applause from the Hummer Dojo. Hey.